What's going on, guys? For today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys some tips and tricks when switching from keyboard and mouse to controller. I'm part of the low percentage that have switched to controller from keyboard and mouse because, let's be honest, for the main reason I switched to controller was for aim assist, because aim assist is pretty OP and I had to take advantage of that. But controller does have its downsides compared to keyboard and mouse, where you can't actually edit that fast and you can't be that really fast player that you were on keyboard and mouse. I know some of you guys have been asking me of how you guys could switch to controller from being a keyboard and mouse. What's the best tips? What is the best keybinds you can use, and what is the best settings, anything like that. I don't think I saw a single video of how you can actually switch from keyboard and mouse to controller. Like I said, this is out of the norm and not many people want to make a video on this, and I am actually glad that people want to switch to controller, because when I came in and first made these progression videos, I did not expect many people to ask me how you guys could switch from keyboard and mouse to controller. So I'm really glad you guys are enjoying these videos. And before we begin, make sure you guys do like the video. You guys have been showing me a tremendous support on these videos, so any type of like, any type of feedback on the comments down below, that would be greatly appreciated. And make sure you guys subscribe, because you guys do not want to miss any type of videos that I make. If you guys are truly interested in following my journey on keyboard and mouse to controller, you guys don't want to miss out. You guys want to put on push notifications. I have actually seen people tell me that they put that on, so I appreciate that. And let's begin, guys. So for the very first tip I will give you guys when switching from keyboard and mouse to controller is that you guys want to see what other pro players use and experienced controller players of what settings and what type of binds they use, because that's a start right there. I know when I did that, I actually saw that some of the binds that I had before and some of the settings that I had before, those were like out of the norm. Those were settings that actually people don't use and made my aim worse. And I really just tried to find the comfortable binds and settings I could use when being a controller, because I do use the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller and I use two paddles. I use two of the metal paddles on it, and I kind of had to follow that where I could use two paddles and see what type of binds people use with two paddles, not four paddles. And I do not play claws, so I did not use any of the type of buttons that I could use on the right. For the second tip I can give you guys is that when you are on controller and you're switching from keyboard and mouse, you don't want to be frustrated, because if you are frustrated and you do give up at some point, maybe the first week or second week, you are going to be losing that chance of actually being comfortable on controller, because any type of sacrifice that you make, just like switching, it's not going to be easy. So you want to be patient with it. I would say in about a month you will probably be comfortable. You won't be hitting the wrong buttons that you'll be frustrated with. So if you guys really want to make the switch, you guys want to take at least 1 month. That's like the set time, I would say. And yeah, so for the third tip I would give you guys is you want to be playing creative at first, because you want to learn the binds. On the first day you'll probably be looking like a bot. I have made a 7-day progression video of day 1 to day 7, and from the first days I could say I was looking like a bot. I was looking like someone that I would never think I would be, but in order to learn controller you got to do that. And when you are playing on creative, you want to learn the new binds, you want to experiment with different things. After being a little bit comfortable with that, you want to play public matches, because for a controller you're going to be playing in a different play style. I noticed that when I was playing a controller, you want to be up and close and personal with people, because when you're taking those long range fights, and if you were to verse a keyboard and mouse player long range, you'll probably miss the opportunity of coming up close to their face and actually killing them. And then after you're done with playing a little bit of pubs and practicing creative, you want to be playing arena, because you're going to be versing some good players on arenas. So you want to get used to actually beating a good player when you're actually in a situation with them. So playing creative, playing public matches, and playing arena, those are things that you definitely want to be playing when you're practicing controller, and you want to get used to it. So for the next tip, you want to be looking at controller players and how they play in live streams and videos, or a controller player that you know in real life or online. Taking in information from watching videos or a live stream from a good controller player, that will be information stored into your brain, and after you were to watch these good controller players for a couple of hours, you will definitely be learning a lot, and you'll be thankful, because some things you do just need to learn from just watching other people. For the next tip is to play edit courses and to play aim training maps. Yes, I did say that, aim training maps on Fortnite. I do know that it sounds kind of weird actually telling you guys to practice aim training maps, but trust me, when you do switch on to controller, you're just not going to be used to playing on an analog stick. If you did play on an Xbox controller or PS4 controller in the past recently, then you'll probably get used to it a little. But trust me when I say this, aim training maps do help, because you want to test out different sensitivities, and when you do find that perfect sensitivity of yours, you'll be set to actually be a good aimer. For the edit courses, I say edit courses because when you're editing on controller, it's pretty hard. I would say I would actually see some good controller players or some pro controller players mess up their edits in tough situations. So it definitely is pretty hard editing on controller, because you're using an analog stick and you can not be doing these fast movements when you're a keyboard and mouse. I noticed that when I did switch, I was way slower on editing and building, of course, but I would see myself panicking in some situations where I just missed the edit, and that would cause me to die in the game. So do take an hour or two of practicing editing maps when trying to switch to controller, because that will definitely help in the long run. Editing is not easy when first learning controller. So I did actually notice that not many people know about creative fill, and that's something that is a little bit underrated. So when you join these creative fills, you get matched up with about 15 other players, and you do get maps that people want to play, and people usually want to play box fight maps, any type of 1v1 maps, and these do help because when you're playing arena or pubs or any type of creative, you get some practice, but if you do die in a public match, then you're probably gonna have to wait a couple of minutes before actually getting into another match versing other players, or even dying after versing one player. So playing against other players constantly is definitely good. So you want to be playing creative films because you want to keep on playing against other players that you can practice your aim, you can practice your building, and you can practice your edits. So that is pretty much it, guys. If you guys do want to know anything else that I can help you on, make sure you guys do comment down below, because like I said before, I do respond to every single comment that I get, any type of feedback I get. So if you guys have any questions, do not be shy and make sure you guys do ask those questions. In the future, I do hope Epic Games does make a balance with controller players and keyboard and mouse players. I do know the frustration when it comes to keyboard and mouse players and aim assist. I can understand that side, and I do understand the frustration when controller players are just hearing keyboard and mouse players complain about aim assist. So I'm pretty thankful to know both sides, because I came from playing on keyboard and mouse for about 1 to 2 years. If you do make that switch from keyboard and mouse to controller, you'll understand what I'm saying, and I'm actually curious of how many people actually switch from keyboard and mouse to controller. I want to see how many other people are part of that low percentage gang that people switch. I really do hope that these tips and tricks do help you guys become a better controller player when switching. Just be patient. Trust me, you want to be patient when it comes to this. When anything is hard, like switching to controller, it's going to take some time, so be patient. And in the end, if you guys are fully committed to switch to controller from keyboard to mouse, you guys will thank me later. If you guys do want to follow me along this journey from keyboard to mouse to controller, you guys want to subscribe. And if you guys do turn on post notifications, you guys will not miss a video. And that's pretty much it, guys. So see you later, guys.